This video is sponsored by OWC. Just install iOS 16? Well, here are some of the best tips and features to help get you started. The lock screen has been overhauled in iOS 16, with Apple introducing customization options so that you can personalize your lock screen. You can choose between custom colors, pick a font for the time, choose a different wallpaper, use emojis as a background, and select widgets. Now, to edit your lock screen, just unlock your iPhone and long press on the lock screen, and from there you'll tap on the plus button to create a new lock screen. Choose your wallpaper and then tap on Add Widgets to select whatever widgets you might want to add. You can also tap on the time to select a different font and a different color for the time. You can even create multiple lock screens and swap between them much like you would Apple Watch faces. Just go ahead and long press on the lock screen and then swipe through your collection and change them at any time. After you've created and customized your new lock screen, you can actually link your existing focus modes, or you can create a new focus mode to use in conjunction with your custom lock screen. In order to do this, just simply long press on the lock screen again, tap Customize, and then on your chosen lock screen, tap Focus to select and apply which mode you want to go with that current home screen. From here on out, whenever you choose this lock screen, it will automatically activate that specific focus mode. Now, speaking of focus modes, you can also set up focus filters, which can filter and display select information from apps like Calendar, Mail, Messages, etc. You can, for example, set up a focus mode that shows only your work calendar, your work tabs, and your work email when inside work mode. In order to set up focus filters, you just open up the Settings app, select a focus mode, scroll down, and then choose the Add Filter option under Focus Filters. From here, you can customize your focus mode to meet your needs, and over time, filters will get more advanced because Apple designed an API for developers. iOS 16 gives you the ability to track your medication within the Health app. This tracking feature lets you add all of your medications and vitamins that you take, and it sends you notifications so that you can make sure you're taking them when you're supposed to take them. To use this, just open up the Health app and tap over to Browse and select the Medications interface. You can now manually add medications, or you can scan your pill bottles and choose a custom look for each one. In iOS 16, you can edit an iMessage for up to 15 minutes after it's sent, as long as you're communicating with other iMessage users who also are on iOS 16. There are also a bunch of other options for things like undoing a sent message, marking a message as unread, and recovering deleted messages. It's also worth mentioning that editing and unsending iMessages has time limitations, and it can't be used with those who have Android devices. The SharePlay feature that was also once limited to FaceTime is also now available in Messages, so you can watch TV shows, movies, or use apps with friends while you chat using the Messages app. Safari in iOS 16 now supports the ability to pin tabs, so if there's something that you use a lot and you want it pinned so it can't be deleted over time, or you accidentally delete a bunch of tabs and include that one, you can do this by long pressing the URL bar and choose the pin tab option. If you use tab groups, you can now customize a start page for each and every one, allowing for different favorites, wallpapers, frequently visited sites, and more. Open up a tab group and scroll down to the bottom of the screen to get to the edit button, where you can now customize your home pages. Probably one of the craziest new features is the ability to just long press on a subject and pull it right out of an image and either drag it and drop it into another app or copy and paste it into another app. It's pretty crazy. I mean, think of it like separating the subject from the background like you would in Photoshop, but instead of using a tool and having to carefully highlight it, you just long press on your iPhone and you can drag and drop or copy and paste. It's a pretty crazy feature and it works really, really well. If you have duplicate photos on your iPhone, iOS 16 can detect them and clean them up pretty easily. You might need to wait for a bit after installing iOS 16 for your device to scan through all of your photos, but once it does, it'll detect anything that looks like a duplicate. Taking this same idea over to the Contacts app, if you have a bunch of duplicated contacts ruining your contact list, here's how to easily fix that in iOS 16 as well. In the Contacts app, if you have more than one contact card for the same person, the app will automatically detect this and let you know that multiples were found. And then you can just go ahead and clear them right out from your contact list. The iOS 16 Settings app has a new safety check feature that's meant to make it simple for people to reset all of the data and location access that's been granted to people and applications. It's technically aimed at people in domestic or intimate partner violence situations, but it provides a good overview of privacy settings for all users. And lastly, a feature that probably a lot of people have been wanting is the ability to take a FaceTime call on your iPhone and hand it off to different devices like a Mac or an iPad. Calls and video chats transfer over seamlessly, and it's really worth checking out if you're a regular FaceTime user and want to swap from one device to another. It should automatically recognize, and then at the top of the screen on, say, something like your Mac, you can see that you can switch to your FaceTime call on your Mac. Now, before we end today's video, I do want to give you more information about today's sponsor, OWC. OWC's Soft RAID is the most powerful intuitive RAID software on the market for macOS and Windows. It protects your data, it optimizes performance, and it's packed with features like multiple RAID options and predictive disk failure monitoring. Soft RAID provides a level of performance that you simply can't get with hardware RAID. Selectable RAID levels offer maximum value capacity, optimum drive performance, data protection, or a combination of attributes. It's ideal for anyone who needs to safely store and back up massive amounts of data, including, but not limited to, video editors, audio producers, photographers, and graphic designers. For more information about Soft RAID, or if you want to start a free 14-day trial, click the link in the description down below. This has been Dan with MacRumors. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you around in the next video.